You're listening to the podcast where we talk about life, sports, family, and everything in between. Welcome to Just Talking Out Loud with your hosts, Ron and Terry.
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Ron.
And I'm Terry.
We are very happy to have you along this, what do we always say? We say podcast journey, huh, Terry?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I think, let me ask you this before we get started. We got a couple things we're going to talk about, but when we started this, it was in COVID. We were in the middle of COVID. Remember that?
I don't.
We started downstairs. That was our first,
Oh, yeah.
in our game room. We just said, let's do it. And I came up with this name, which I don't know. Probably,
Well, we came
had a
up with
ton of
other
names.
names, but they were taken.
Yeah. Even this one's kind of taken. It's just
Yeah.
because how I'm saying talking
Yeah.
instead of talking.
Yeah.
Well, the G. But do you think we'd be 2 seasons and this is episode 41 of our second season. So we've done I think we've done over 100 podcasts. I don't know if I thought we would get that far. Because it is hard.
Well, you've been talking about doing it for years.
Yeah, but it's tough because
finding
we work.
information, yes.
information, there's all kinds of stuff out there
I know.
to talk about. Stuff that, you could talk about.
Oh, if you go into politics and stuff, you could really have some
I was going to discuss the
some good arguments.
Yeah. In fact, I saw a story yesterday before our grandson came over, and it was about the IRS wanting to get into the tax programs. In other words, they want to get in. You know how you have Tax Act and TurboTax.
And all
Well, the
those.
IRS wants to have
Access
its
to 'em.
own. So
Oh.
you would go on the IRS,
And fill it out.
right? And it said something about, it only costs $10. And anything the government does not cost just
It's
$10.
$10 now.
No way is that ever going to happen. But I also didn't realize that the tax industry, I'm trying to think of the big H&R Block,
Yeah.
is $1 billion industry.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, as you might imagine, they're not real happy about the government wanting to get into
Right,
the
because
business.
it would take their business
And
away.
the government knows we have iPhones, so they know all about us anyway.
Yeah.
It's not like they don't follow us around. But I was thinking, because they were saying a lot of people do not want them to have the information, but they get it anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Because
they,
we do
they have
TurboTax.
resources to get it, yeah.
Well, if you do TurboTax, it's going to
download in, yeah.
So why not eliminate, if it only cost me $10 to file, I would think about it.
Yeah, but all
Instead
those
of
other...
$69, but a lot of people would be out of jobs
Yep.
unless you hire all those people to the IRS, and then that would make the price skyrocket. So anyway, I just saw that story. I thought it's something to keep an eye on because they want to get into that next year and for 2024. So we'll see. I got a couple things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about if we would consider these things cheating. We'll talk about that. Also, we're going to give some relationship advice. Watermelon. We're getting up to that season. This is after Memorial Day, because I wasn't thinking. We always do. We tape on a Monday. Our new episode
We
comes
should
out
have
on a
done
Monday,
Memorial.
and I forgot to do a Memorial Day because I always think ahead, but I don't really think ahead. I'm really stupid. So hopefully, those of you that are listening, it's the day after. It's Memorial Day, and maybe you got us on by the pool.
This will be Memorial
This will be the
Day.
day after Memorial Day.
No,
This podcast.
Monday is a Memorial Day.
Well, it'll be
It'll be
Memorial
Memorial
Day.
Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. I was thinking Sunday, but
but yeah,
we're having a birthday party Saturday for
Yeah.
Fenn. So the next podcast will be the next one. We'll talk about the party as he turns 2.
I can't believe it. Already 2 years.
And I just heard today that he said "Pa," not to me, but in the car
He said, "Bye, Pa."
as he's singing the dinosaur song for the umpteenth
Rawr.
time. Rawr, yeah. So anyway, hopefully you had you're having a nice Memorial Day. We want to thank all of those, of course, that serve, men and women in the military, and also those that did serve and those that are serving now. Thank you for your service, because we do very much appreciate
we need it and appreciate it.
Absolutely. Okay, so I want to start with this, and then we're going to get into cheating. What we might consider cheating. This guy posted this on Reddit, and he wanted to have people give him some advice. He said, "My girlfriend didn't offer to pay for any of the first 10 dates. So I asked her to start contributing. She got very angry with me and told me my request makes her feel like I don't like her that much, and are her feelings valid, or is she just trying to manipulate me?" So first 10 dates, he paid. Now we're into the second part of the 10 dates, and he thought, well, maybe you could pitch
Help
in. Now
out a little.
she's ordering lobster like our middle son, our youngest son does. He seems to do it every time we go on.
Yeah,
I'm
I
getting
would.
the
I
lobster.
would see.
No.
I was never a expensive date, but if you are an expensive date, yeah, I don't think that's a bad question. I mean, if you go to steakhouses and she orders lobster and steak and stuff like that, then she should be willing to pitch in.
I was thinking about this when I saw this this question, and I was thinking about us. Now, I always paid. If we went out, I paid. Now, that's not to say you didn't offer.
I don't ever remember. But, back in our day, though, things were not quite as expensive. And
Well, I was on a shoestring budget because I worked at Foodland at that time when we were dating.
So did I.
So did you. And it
most
wasn't
of my
like,
money went into my car's gas tank.
yeah, because you
to
were
go
traveling.
back to Wheeling.
from Claysville
to Wheeling
to
and
school.
then back to Washington.
Yeah, that's true too.
And then some days I went from Wheeling, stopped in Claysville, got a sandwich, and went to Washington to work.
Yeah, I don't think. I don't know. Maybe some women want to be pampered and taken care of and stuff. I don't think she's manipulating him, but
No, I don't think she's manipulating him. But maybe she's looking for someone who's gonna carry her. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She wants him to be the
he's the provider. He's
provider,
the
and maybe she's looking at someday staying home with kids or something, and that's a type of life. Well, then that's how she needs to put it. Not that she's insulted by it,
I just
I'm
wondered-
looking for a provider. Well, then maybe I'm not the right person for you because I don't make,
I think it's the anger. She got very angry.
angry. Yes.
So that part kind of got me like,
Yeah, why would
kinda-
you get very angry about that? So he's showing that he's not a wealthy man. Do you still want to date him? If he's not a very wealthy man, maybe you're done with him.
I don't even know that he would. Here's my thing too. It didn't say it in here, but I was wondering, even if she said, no, maybe it was just the idea if she would, maybe it'd make him feel like, okay, it's
okay.
It's
yeah.
okay. She's she's still willing.
She's down to
pitch
earth
in.
a little bit.
Yeah, not get angry.
Yeah, the anger does
Makes
get
you
me
wonder.
because in this day and age, a lot of people can't afford, high.
Where are you going to eat?
Yeah.
Of course, everything's expensive.
If you're going,
now.
I know McDonald's is expensive now. So, but if you're going to McDonald's and you want her to pay all the time, then I would, I would probably say, you mean you can't afford McDonald's? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I might, but I still wouldn't get angry at it. I don't
Yeah,
think
for
I
the
would
question.
just, yeah.
That's-
I would just be like, why are you having some money problems,
Yeah,
it would open the door to talk about how you feel about money and how he feels about money.
I guess are her feelings valid? Well, I mean, she's upset because you ask her to pay.
But if he takes her to really nice places and she orders high off the menu all the time, then
that's kind of his fault.
yeah,
maybe
well,
he could say,
maybe
well,
he wanted
can we
to
go-
impress her at first.
Yeah, okay.
But see, in 10 dates, you shouldn't have all of them. Shouldn't be. You know what I mean? There should
I wouldn't
be.
think.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Some of those got to be pretty. I don't want
I
to
mean,
say.
we were cheap. I was a cheap date. We got a movie and stayed home and
Yeah,
ate popcorn or had cake or you know what I mean. We just.
yeah, we didn't really go to. Well,
Well, it's not like we went out to the movies every week, and we didn't go out to dinner every week when we were dating either.
right.
First
So-
few times we went out.
Yeah, I don't know. So, do you think? What do you think? Should he? I don't know what he. I don't
The
know.
anger would. I would ask her, why did you get mad with that? I think I might just come right out and say,
are we in this
together?
I
didn't mean anything by it or anything, but
just thought maybe.
And if she does order high priced items off the menu every time we go out, I would just say, I noticed. I would come right out and say, I noticed that you have champagne taste.
Right.
And I don't have a champagne budget. And I'm fine to do that as a splurge, maybe once a month. But then we have to kind of, what other places that are medium priced do you like? And we're going to have to start going to some
it doesn't
little
say
bit
like
cheaper places.
Where he takes her. So you're right. I mean, it just depends on where you're taking her. What is she ordering?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but if you're, my kids order, but they always offer to, to pay. It's my kids.
Yeah.
It's a little different when you're talking about a date.
But like Zachary, I think if he took someone someplace, like a seafood place, he's going to order lobster and steak. So he's going to have his $75 ready for him.
Yeah.
And he's dating someone who's down to earth and is never going to order that. But if who he was dating, he'd need $300 to go to certain restaurants. So
especially if he ate, because she doesn't eat that stuff. So you couldn't do that.
So you couldn't do that every weekend. You have to do that once a month or once every 2 or 3 months.
Just be a good topic for them when we do our podcast with them.
Yes, it would. See what they say, because they're more of the younger generation. Yeah,
I'll put Zach and Sarah on that one. We're going to ask them about that one. Okay, so
because I think Sarah does help out.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt.
I think she helps buy when she's at his house a lot. She helps buy some of the groceries. I know she's bought Rigby treats and Rigby like toys and stuff. So
yeah, she's definitely a huge part of changing, making the house nice, cleaning, doing cooking. She's a sweetheart, no doubt about it. And we're going to hopefully have them on very soon. In fact, they said that their schedule's lighting up a little bit. So, all right, moving on. Let's go ahead and talk. We'll do this this survey first, and then we'll talk about some watermelon for Memorial Day. And also, Terry's retiring, so I have a study they did about retirement. But first, is it cheating? Let's find out with some of these questions. They're very interesting questions. I was going through them. So here we go. Number 1. First, is it cheating to kiss someone else on the cheek? Yes, it's cheating. It's a gray area. It depends. No, it's not cheating. It's not cheating, but it's definitely not cool. What do you think?
I think it depends.
So it's a gray area for you?
Well, and it depends on the situation. Say, like, the only people I can think that I would kiss on the cheek would be like maybe at a funeral, like Gino,
a very close friend,
or like Ralph.
Someone. Yeah.
If Ralph lost Nancy, I would hug him and kiss his ear or whatever.
But see, it's different. He is family.
But some of my friends, I feel that way towards too.
Yeah.
Or
if they're hurt.
My good friends' husbands, I feel that strongly about, that I may kiss them on the cheek and tell them I'm praying for them or whatever. And it depends on the situation.
It does. I think it depends. If you're in a bar and someone just comes up to you,
it's not appropriate. No. I think then I would consider that cheating. Or borderline.
Something's going on.
If I hadn't seen them, like maybe, and then again, if it's someone you were really close to,
you haven't seen for years,
you might, have your wife call me or whatever,
I think it's a gray area.
Yeah, I think it is, and it depends on the situation. I wouldn't leave it open for you to find out from someone else. Right. I would say, I saw so-and-so, and,
Right. Well, it's not working. It's the page is unresponsive.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's telling me to wait. But anyway, I was going to try and view the results, but we can come back to that.
Okay.
Because I can still get to the next question.
Okay.
So, is it cheating to kiss someone else on the lips? Yes, it's cheating. It's a gray area. No, it's not cheating. It's it's not cheating, but it's definitely not cool.
Yeah, I think it's, yeah.
The lips is kind of like
It's a no-no unless you're going.
Yeah, I think it would. It's that's kind of like a zone you really should save for your significant
Other. Yeah, but some people have open marriages, so I mean.
Yeah, I mean they do, but remember when I watched Pretty Woman? She never kissed on the mouth.
Yeah,
I would bring that up. I'll remember that. I do everything but kiss on the mouth. Neither do I, he says. So I think I think the lips thing, I wouldn't call it gray. I think it's a little more than gray area.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
So to me, let's see, I'm going to go back to this one, see if it
loaded in.
It won't let me see the results.
You see the results.
Oh, here we go. So number one, this is really freezing up on me today for some reason. I'm sorry, folks. Sometimes, there we go. So, is it cheating to kiss? Oh, that's okay. This is the one, kiss on the lips, and 37% say no, it's not cheating. Oh, to kiss someone else on the cheek. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the cheek one.
Okay.
It's jumping back and forth. Is it cheating to kiss someone else on the cheek? No, it's not cheating. Is number one. It's a gray area. Is actually tied for it's both 37%. So people are a little torn on the cheek thing.
Yeah.
No, and kind of depends.
I mean, I think it really depends on what kind of situation you're in. You know what I mean?
It does. It's all situational. Because you even brought up, I was thinking, Barbara, when you said, I haven't seen this person
for a
but
long
we were close.
Time. Yeah, like say you were close. Like if it was someone that like Nathan's whole soccer team, we were really close to. And so if I saw one of those parents, I may give him a hug, just by surprise, just give him a hug. And if he kissed me on the cheek or something like that, I wouldn't think nothing of it.
Right.
Now on the lips, I would. I'd be like, whoa, he's a little bit drunk. Stay away from it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, because we had a lot of people that we were closer to with our kids running that we don't see as often now.
Right. I'm waiting for this to come back up.
Are you?
It's just not doing it.
It's not doing
so
it.
Someone else on the lips, I think to me,
I think
that's
it's
kind
more
of cheating.
of a cheat, yeah.
We might have to come back to that one.
I mean, I actually may not say hello to the person if they came at me and kissed me on the lips the next time I saw them.
Laid one on you.
Yeah.
Right there in the middle of wherever.
Yeah. I would be like, whoa.
Yeah, I just, today is, it's just not working. Oh, here we go. Is it cheating to kiss someone else on the lips? 75%
say yes.
Say, yep, it is. 20% say it's a gray area. Only 1% say no, it's not. I guess that's the ones that, maybe have a little open
relationships.
Yeah, everything goes. Number 3, is it cheating to lose focus and have a consensual workplace relationship as long as you post a Notes app apology afterwards? So I think this is one of those ones where you have like a work wife and a work husband. You ever heard these things you say? But now this gets a little more like a consensual. What kind of relationship are we talking about? Are we just having fun? You're at work, but is it going more? I'm wondering if the question.
If it goes
is more
outside of work, then I think it's cheating.
Then it would probably be cheating, I think. So we want to
I'm like, you are close with someone you work with, and you talk about things, but it's more like advice with parents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you were going out alone for lunch with that person all the time, then I think that's crossing the line.
It could be like, what are you?
I mean, if you did it,
even if I put an apology,
even if you did it for a birthday or something like that, there should be more than just you and that one person. There should be like an office,
right.
4 or 5 of you going.
So we're gonna say, yes.
Yeah.
Because it does seem a little.
If it goes outside of the office, yes.
Yeah. It's not going to let me say it. Is it cheating to keep your dating apps and swipe through them when you're bored, but not message anyone?
No, curiosity of what's out there. I don't know. A lot of people are curious. You can look, but you can't touch.
That's funny because at first I was thinking,
Yeah,
kind
it
of,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, I was too. But then,
Because are you happy with the relationship or are you not happy with the
yeah,
relationship?
I mean, it might give the signal to the other person that you're not happy with the relationship. But if you keep the apps and maybe one of your other friends is on it, said, hey, look at this, then, you know.
So going back to the last question, because it finally loaded, if you have a consensual workplace relationship, but you post a note, is it cheating? 84% said yes, it is cheating.
Yes.
And then
Because if
only
you feel that you need to post a note,
84%.
if you feel you need to post a note,
Then
then
something-
you went too far.
Yeah, right. Now you say the dating app is kind of like, no, not really. And I'm kind of like,
You can look, but you can't touch. They said they're not posting to anyone, though.
they're not messaging anybody. But
They're
what are you
just
looking for?
just looking to see who's out there, or if they're,
Yeah, but isn't that kind of getting away from the relationship you
Well,
have?
I think that once you make a commitment to that, then it would be cheating. But if you just started dating someone and you've only been on a couple dates, why would you get rid of because she could break up with you tomorrow?
Yeah. Is it cheating to actually message people?
If you made a commitment to someone, yes, it is.
It's just, this computer is really giving me problems today. Is it cheating to keep your dating apps and swipe through them when you're bored? Yes. 47% said yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's cheating, 29%. So it's not cheating, but it's not cool.
Yeah.
That might be, maybe that's the better answer. It's not cheating, but it's not cool because to me,
It's
you're
showing that
kinda
you might
telling-
not be happy with the
Yeah,
person.
you're thinking, what if there's somebody better out there?
Mm-hmm.
And you might have somebody better right there with you. You're just not giving it a chance. And if you're always looking, how's that going to be if you do go to the next step? And,
Well, I say once you've made it exclusive and you say I'm dating you only, then that app should be, gone.
So is it cheating to actually message people on dating apps?
Yes.
I agree.
Unless you've only gone out with someone for a couple times and you have not committed to anyone, you're just dating.
Yeah.
But then they should know you're just dating. You're dating more than them. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
When you say, okay, I want to be exclusive with you, then that should all end.
Right. Yeah. I know what I should have done. I should have hooked up the Ethernet. That might have
Made it a little
made it a
quicker.
little faster. Next question. Is it cheating to hug someone really closely and very slowly?
That's like the first
I mean, it would
one.
look kind of weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
If you're
And
hanging
I'm sure
on.
if anyone was watching, they'd tell your significant other.
By the way, the message on the dating app, 87% said, yeah, you're cheating.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
what I
cheater.
say.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
if you're messaging, then you're.
So if you hug somebody really slow, and say you meet one of your old boyfriends you haven't seen and he kind of hangs on you a little longer than
You should.
he should, is that considered cheating?
Well, it depends on who. If he's hugging me and I'm trying to not make a scene. You know what I mean? But if I hugged him like that, then then my motives are wrong. But if he's hugging me and I'm just trying to not make a scene and just get out of,
Squirm out of it?
yeah, like, okay, you're trying to push out, So, I mean, because some people are more forward than other people.
Yeah, or some people want to get a good feel.
Yeah. Ooh,
know?
yeah.
See what you passed up on. Are we saying yes? Or are we saying depends? I mean, if it...
I mean, it depends on who. If I'm doing the hugging, yes, it's
Yeah,
yes.
if you're...
If I'm doing the
you're
hugging, yes,
gyrating
it's cheating.
and you're
Yes,
hugging-
yeah. If
You're
I'm
moving your chest
if
up and
I'm
down. Yeah.
if I'm doing the hugging and I'm holding on too long, then yes, it's cheating to me.
All right. I'm not sure because it's
Still
frozen.
loading.
Is it cheating if you share? This is a really interesting question. Is it cheating if you share a bed with someone else but don't do anything sexual? Well, you just paused on that one. I mean,
like, what is the situation
well,
that you would have
again,
to?
it's
Like
yeah.
if a bunch of people are traveling in the airport and you can only get one room,
Well, then someone sleeps on the floor, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what
if it's you and
Zachary's done. Zachary slept on the floor.
Think about if you were with your boss. Say you had a different type of job where you traveled a lot with maybe a boss or whatever, and the plane gets delayed, and you have to go. I mean, really, he should. If you can't get 2 rooms, if they're all booked up, then he should say, "I'm just going to sleep on the floor," right?
You would think so.
Or do you just build a wall between? If you had a king size bed and you
put all the pillows in between
pillows.
those,
That'll keep them away. The pillows.
I don't know. I just can't imagine what this situation. My job doesn't cause me to travel, so I don't have that kind of problems.
What if you forget where you are and you roll over and you
or if you drank
spooning.
too much, if you were all at a party and you drank too much and you just passed out wherever, then that's not cheating because you're passed out. I don't know. We're not that kind of people.
No, going back to the hugging slowly, 36% said it's a gray area. It depends. 32% said it's not cheating, but it's not cool. And that's probably not a bad answer.
Yeah. Well, like I said, if I'm doing the hugging, then it's cheating. But if they're hugging me and I'm just trying to wiggle out of it, like, oh, get away from this person because they're coming on too strong, then,
So we have to come back to the sharing a bed. Are we saying what? It's a gray area? Or are we saying...
it's a gray
it's
area.
Not
it
cheating,
depends
but
on
it's
the
not
situation.
Cool.
It's not cool. It's not cool. Yeah.
And it doesn't say, like, do you tell maybe you call them that evening and say, listen, I'm just want to let you know we couldn't find another hotel room. And, we're in the room. So here we go. No, that's the slowly one. Sorry. It's still loading. This is really bad. I'll have to remember to hook up to Ethernet. So if you share a bed with someone, 39% said it's a gray area. It depends. 21% was a tie. No, it's not cheating. And then it's not cheating, but it's not cool was tied for second. Now, this one is kind of weird. Is writing a love song for someone else and serenading them with it cheating? Well, it sure isn't helping the situation. Of course it is.
I think it's...
I'm not even going to look at the results.
I think it is. I think it's cheating because if you're writing a love song for someone else, what are you thinking about someone else if you've got a significant other?
Yeah, hold on, Terry. I got to write this really love song for so-and-so, if you don't mind.
I'll be like, you're sleeping on the couch.
Yeah, you start strumming the song and you're talking about, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a name, whatever. But anyway, 74% say, it's cheating.
It's cheating.
If you're writing a song about someone else.
Yeah, because you're thinking about them more than you are about your significant other.
Yeah. This is pretty easy, I think. Is sending someone else revealing pictures cheating?
Yes.
Well, of course it is. If you're sending you in a lingerie or something to someone else, I would say you have the hots for somebody, especially if it's the person you are really slowly hugging and gyrating around or something. I think, could be a problem here. Might be an issue.
Might be a big issue.
Yeah, I would think that, yes, if you are sending someone else revealing pictures,
you're trying to attract
something's going on. I'm going to ask this question because it just reminded me of Friends. Is it cheating to hook up with someone else while you're on a break? Do you remember with Ross and Rachel? I was on a break. Remember, we were on a break. Yeah. But she didn't consider that.
You shouldn't be looking at someone else when you're broke up to think about your relationship with. And I see her point because you should be thinking about your relationship with me. You're supposed to be either committing or not committing to me, you're not supposed to get another third party involved. Make up your mind of what you're going to do with me before you go out with someone else.
I don't know what his... I don't know. We were on a break. I just remember him kept saying, but we were on a break. But it was quick. It was, I forget what girl he had hooked up with on the break. By the way, revealing pictures, I don't think that's 93% said, yeah, it's cheating. I think if you're hooking up, I don't know if it's cheating though, if you're on a break.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call it cheating, because if I broke up with you and then you take someone else out, then, that's my fault.
It's not cheating, but it's not cool.
Yeah.
Because if you're on a break, that means you're considering,
you're thinking how much
this isn't
how much
working
is
out.
this, yeah.
I'm trying to find one more question and then we'll take a break. But this thing is, this is a weird question. Is it cheating to take someone else as your date to a wedding? Now, again, if you can't go, I don't know. It just seems weird.
I think that depends on whose wedding it is, too.
Yeah,
if you just don't want to be alone with that table of people because they may, insult you with questions, then you come in with someone different and sit down, just confuse them all.
Seems a little weird.
Maybe you're trying to just stay off the subject of who I'm dating.
I don't know. Is it cheating to hook up with someone else while you're on a break? 34% said yes.
Yeah.
33% said it's a gray area, depends. I had said not cheating, but it's not cool, and that came in third. I just find it weird that you want to take somebody else to the wedding. Well, we don't even know is there dancing involved?
Yeah.
Is there slow dancing? Is there close hugging going on?
Is it all your family and you're taking your ex? You know what I mean? Because your family likes your ex better.
This is really some strange.
You know what I mean? You don't know.
Last one. We'll leave on this one. You ready? There's a bunch of questions, but this is, again, one of those. It seems like, this is cheating. Is having sex with someone else cheating?
Well, yeah.
I would say yes, unless you have some
an
type
open
of
relationship.
Open stuff that you don't care about.
And what do people say with that?
Let's find out. We're going to say yes. I'm pretty sure it's way up there, to be honest, I would think. I mean, it just doesn't even make sense that that's the question. Of course, if you're in a relationship and you have sex with someone else, then that is called cheating.
You're gone.
It's not a gray area. It's black and white. Isn't it?
Yeah.
97% said, yep, that is cheating. You know what? I want to ask one more question.
Okay.
And then we'll leave it at that because we're over. So, is watching porn cheating? Yes, it is. Gray area, no.
It can be. I think
cheating,
it can be
not cool.
if you're using that instead of being with your one you're supposed to be with. I mean, if you're using that.
5-finger Sally can't be that great. I would rather.
But you know what I mean? But if you're using that and it's coming between our relationship.
There's no doubt it could.
Then I think it could be considered cheating, because if you're only doing that and you're not coming to my bed, then that's a problem to me. That's a problem in the marriage or in the relationship, right?
You think about porn. I mean, it's not reality. It's not. It's not like the pizza guy comes to the door and you start saying waka 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 waka, and the music starts playing. It just doesn't. It's not how. It's not real.
Yeah.
In fact, some of the screaming is not
real.
It's all. They're very good fakers, We're not going to go into that. faking, just to get you off. Just get you off.
Get done.
Are you done?
Just get done.
Boy, that ceiling really needs painted. Thanks. Okay, we're done. Anyway, that's just some of the questions about what. I was going to see the results of the porn.
I just think it.
Do you think it's a gray area, or do you think it's not cool? Do you think it's no? It's
It's a gray area.
It could
like
be
I said,
cheating.
I think some couples watch it together, and that makes their love life
That is true.
more
Depending on the type of
right.
So there are some out there that's not as graphic.
And and
not that I would know.
It sometimes they get you, in the mood or whatever.
Yeah.
And if you were watching it together, well, then I would say that's not cheating. But if he's watching it all the time and not coming to your bed, or she's watching it all the time and not coming to your bed, then there's a problem in the relationship.
Well, yeah. I mean, it can cause a lot of. Oh, this is okay. So when we come back, we'll find out the answer to the porn. Oh, no, I guess we'll find out right now.
Okay.
Remind me to.
How many more questions are on there?
There's like 40. I'm not doing all 40.
Oh, God.
I was just trying to pick out some of the ones that are pretty obvious. Actually, this one doesn't have any votes unless it froze. And I think it just froze. So maybe we'll come back and see if this comes up. And we come back, we'll also talk about Terry's retirement and watermelon. Watermelon is, oh, here we go. Is watching porn cheating? 63%. So say no, it's not cheating. These are people that watch it a lot. 15% said it's not cheating, but it's not cool. 13% said gray area, and then 9% said that it is. So
I think it can be. I think in this situation,
well, it could cause a very unhealthy
relationship
sex life for your partner, especially what you're into.
Yeah, if they're watching that and you're not into that, then
Yeah. So anyway, all right. Those are some of the things that are you cheating? We might have to come back to this. There's a lot of questions, but we're already through the first half. We'll come back. We'll talk about Terry and her retirement. That is very closer than you think, and that's all coming up next. So you want to start a podcast? Maybe you're listening to the show today and you're thinking to yourself, "Boy, that would be fun," and I have a lot of things I want to talk about. Maybe today is the day. Maybe you're looking for a new marketing channel, or you have a message that you'd like to share with the world, or you just think it would be fun to have a talk show. Now, it is a lot of fun just talking to your friends. Maybe you have ideas about sports, life, or whatever your passion is. Today's the day. Podcasting is easy, it's inexpensive, and it's a fun way to expand your reach online. And where should you go? Buzzsprout. It's hands down the easiest, and it's the best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. And your show, believe it or not, can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories in minutes, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and you wouldn't believe how many more there are. And they make it simple to join all of them. Podcasting is not hard when you have the right partners, and Buzzsprout is the team to join. They are passionate about your success. You can join over 1,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout. We're one of them. We've been on Buzzsprout from the beginning, and I'm so glad I joined up. I had a little bit of an issue, emailed a customer service rep, and they got back to me within 5 minutes, and they had me calm down. It wasn't that hard, and what I was doing was my fault. So here's all you got to do. Click on the link in the show notes. It tells Buzzsprout we sent you. You can support our show, and if you get a paid plan, you get a $20 gift certificate from Amazon. Now, here's some other things that Buzzsprout provides. Like, you get a great looking podcast website. Now, a lot of people think, oh, I got to get a website, got to pay for that. No, you don't. They provide it for you. Also, they have audio players. Maybe you have a website, and all you want to do is promote your show on your own website. You can do that with their audio players, and you can also drop it into other websites and on Facebook or Twitter, and they help you do it all. Believe me, Buzzsprout is the way to go. They've helped me immensely, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe today is a day for you to start your podcast. And if you do, check out the link below in the show notes and get a $20 Amazon gift card. Welcome back to the show. I'm going to talk a little bit about, it's Memorial Day. So, watermelon. I love watermelon.
I know.
A lot of people do not like watermelon. It's surprising. But they did a study about how good watermelon is.
It's very good for you. It's got a lot of liquid in it. So
they did this study. They did this trial for 18 men and women, and they drank watermelon juice for 2 weeks. And it helped protect a person's vascular function. protect their blood sugar levels. You're supposed to have 1.5 to 2.5 cups of fruit every day. Does that seem like a lot to you?
No, 2 cups of fruit.
I don't think
it's not that much.
I eat a lot more watermelon than that.
You're supposed to eat 2 cups of fruit and 3 cups of vegetables a day. And if you eat that much, you shouldn't be eating so much other stuff. If you filled up on that, that's 5 cups of, fruits and vegetables. Then you wouldn't need as much bread and, other things that are fattening,
Watermelon has 2 components, L-citrulline and L-arginine, or arginine. You can call it either one. I looked it up, so I sound smart, even though I butchered the name or the word. But especially, they said watermelon is really good after playing sports or during a barbecue. Well, we know about watermelon and barbecue because we are going to have, I don't know if we'll have watermelon this year. But it's very high in vitamin C, vitamin B6, and it's, to me, I love it. 2 cups, I eat more than 2 cups of watermelon if I have it. I could eat a whole half of watermelon just in one sitting. That's probably not good for you. It's overkill.
Too much sugar, probably.
Yeah, probably. But, I love watermelon. So if you're thinking about watermelon, it is good for you. So drink it up or eat it up. They don't make watermelon juice, do they, in the store?
I don't know. You just pour it off the watermelon. It always juices wherever it sits.
Retirement. Terry's been talking about it. She's been thinking about it. She's probably going to do it. And she's probably tired of being a working stiff. So they did a study, and you're not going to like this. According to a British think tank, Institute of Economic Affairs, they said retirement is harmful to your health. The study found that retirement results in a drastic decline in health in the medium and long term. The IEA said studies suggest people should work longer for health as well as economic reasons. The study says there's a small boost to health immediately after retirement before a significant decline in the longer term. Now,
I think that
I disagree.
I think that depends on the person and their habits. Like, I am worried that I may get lazy, but I'm retiring to watch a couple toddlers. That's going to keep me busy for a good 5 years here.
I think so.
And I'm hoping to have a couple days of exercise too at home. So I see less stress, and I don't see that but I can see how some people would decline because they're content to sit in front of the boob tube and snack all day.
Well, it can be if you don't have any hobbies.
Yeah.
I think it could be I think that part of it could be a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'd love retirement. I have things to do, though. I have things I'd like to do.
Well, you have a lot of hobbies that you'd like to do.
Yeah.
You would do your radio station.
I'd do that full time. I would do this. I'd have more time to do that. And not just that, but things like outside work, especially in the summer.
Yeah.
Summer's a little easier than winter, though.
Yeah,
I could see with the wintertime where you'd want to binge watch, right, TV shows and just eat.
Yeah.
It's very easy. It would be very easy to do that, I think.
But then I think I might take some trips too, as long as I had the money for to go away for a week here or there. In the winter is when I would do that. I would go someplace where it's nice enough to get out and take a walk.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you could travel and take the winter months, if you live up here and go down there, where Florida, where South Carolina, wherever, where it's warmer, and you can do that. If economically you could do that, then
I think that would keep me going too.
Yeah, but I don't think you'll have an issue because you're going to be chasing around Fenn, who just is nonstop, and then you're going to have the baby. So I don't I don't know. I think you'll.
And
you'll be
hopefully
all right.
we're going to have a couple weddings to plan. And
I think if you look at retirement, if you want to work. Don't retire because you think you should retire. Retire because you want to retire.
I want
If
to
you
help
like
with my
working,
grandchildren.
I would retire tomorrow if I could. No questions. I'd be gone, and it wouldn't bother me one bit.
Like I said, we're lucky enough that I can think about this because
Yeah, we're very
both
lucky.
of our companies have decent benefits.
Yes.
Because let's face it, if you were in the medical industry and we had an $8,000 deductible, we wouldn't even be thinking about me retiring.
No, of course not. It'd be really tough.
Yeah.
Terry, how would you like to add 10 years to your life? This is a simple solution. You can add 10 years to your life just by
hit me with
doing
it.
this. Of course, we know that exercise
It's not my kabuka.
and a healthy diet are huge ingredients to a longer life. Okay. But there is a suggestion that a positive mindset, that's number one, and just enjoying art, engaging in some kind of art could add 10 years to your life. A professor, Susan Magsamen, I think that's her name. She says that if you take up art like coloring, music, and you don't have to be a good painter. It's just the idea of painting, relaxing, listen to music.
My crocheting.
It'll lower your stress hormone and helps you become, I think crochet. I think that's art. You're putting one together now. It's gorgeous. It's really nice. It's really pretty because it takes thought how you want to put it. You also have to do math because you're always counting over there. And in the middle of counting, I'm trying to ask her questions, and she's on. You can hear her over there out loud because I'm trying to ask a question. I'm like, oh wait, she's counting, and she give me that little look like,
Wait till I
don't
get to a
bother
stopping
me.
point.
I'm counting stitches. But that's art. So if you're thinking about adding some to your lifespan, then art is the way to go. Coloring pages. I'm ready to color with Fenn. Hopefully
I like
hopefully
to
he likes
color.
to sit.
I always like to
Although
color.
right now, he's just not into that kind of stuff. He's into everybody.
He
the
won't
street,
sit down long enough.
the
to
dog.
color.
No, he doesn't.
Although he did paint with water with me,
He
but
did?
he did 5 pages.
but
and
he
I
drank
couldn't
the
find
water.
He wanted to drink the water. I wouldn't let him drink the water.
He's
I had to
drinking the
go-
water.
He wanted to drink the water. It was, hey, that's green. He was like, hey, let me taste that. And I took it away from him. I just distracted him and put it up on the counter. But
Oh, I want to tell you this because we were talking about women and men, and I found a way. They have this. So this says how to satisfy a woman every time. Ready? Okay.
okay.
So these are things you need to do to satisfy a woman: caress, praise, pamper, relish, savor, massage, make plans, fix, empathize, serenade, compliment, support, feed, tantalize, bathe, humor, stimulate, console, purr, hug,
Purr.
coddle, excite, protect, phone, correspond, anticipate, nuzzle, smooch, forgive, accessorize, entertain, charm, trust, defend, help, clothe, brag about, acknowledge, polish, spoil, embrace, accept, understand, respect, die for, dream of, tease, snuggle, rub, tickle, taste, nibble, gratify, take her places, indulge, dazzle, amaze, enchant,
Did you
idolize,
get that taker places?
worship, and then go back and do it again. That is how you satisfy a woman every time. Now, how do you satisfy a man? Show up naked.
I know.
That's it. That's all you got to do. It's done. We're there, baby. We're impressed. All right, a couple last questions. Number one, Terry, let's say you're single. Who has a better chance to get your phone number? A jock, a musician, or none of the above? They did this research. and I want to see what you think. Now I realize we're.
I don't know. It
So
has a lot to do with the way a guy carries himself. I never liked guys that were too cocky, like a jock that was so cocky, like, oh, I can get her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never liked a cocky guy. So if a jock came up to me and thought too much of it, came across as thinking too much of himself, I might talk to him, but I wouldn't give him my number. Same thing with a musician.
So you would be none of the above.
None of the above. And I was never like into like rock or, you know what I mean? I was never a groupie. So
Well, they sent out a 20-year-old guy, and he asked 300 women for their phone number. The first 100 he approached while holding a gym bag, and then he did a guitar case for the second 100. And then the third, he had nothing. He just went up and asked him for the number. So which of the three do you think scored the most phone numbers, if you had to guess?
I'm thinking the musician or the nothing.
That's pretty good. Musician came in first.
I think that there is a sense with a woman that a musician will be more romantic.
Well, he could be a lot of things if he's on the road.
Yeah, but that's why I say, yeah, he may be more romantic, but if he's not around, that doesn't help me any.
But he was number one. Do you think what came in last?
The jock.
Yeah. Jim Rat came in last.
Because if they think more of themselves and they think too highly of themselves, then they're not thinking about you at all.
Yeah. Important wedding debates. You ready? This is the state of the American wedding in 2023. I don't know if we'll get through them all, but we're going to try. So these are some of the things that that are becoming popular in 2023 for weddings. Number one, no more engagement parties.
Whoa.
No one anymore.
We never really did that. We did go get our picture taken for our engagement.
Yeah. Number two, no outdoor summer weddings.
I don't like that. I like outdoor summer weddings.
Number three, your closest friends, not you, should control the guest list.
No. I don't want their friends at my wedding. I want my friends.
Yes, does seem
if
a little.
Her best friend is not on my guest list, I don't want
her. You show
her
up at a wedding and you don't know anybody there. That seems a little odd. It is entirely fine to deny anyone a +1 for any reason. So, in other words, you invited one person, but
like they invite Zachary,
somebody.
but because he's not attached, he doesn't get a +1.
They're denying. They're just saying they're denying.
Like, so they're going to invite me without you or you without me?
Yeah, I guess.
Then we're not coming, you know.
Number 5, skip the bridal party. That's number 5.
I don't disagree with that.
Well,
you
here's
may
one.
have less problems.
Yeah.
You may have less problems, like, you know.
Here's one that we've actually, we'll talk more about with Sarah, I think, but it says number 6, if you have a bridal party, you pay for cost incurred, but skip the bridal party. So if you have one, you pay for the cost, but you skip it. Seems a little weird. Why would I pay for it? Why would you want to pay for that if you're not going to go?
I don't get what they mean by that.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Number 7, never say black tie optional, choose. So it's either one or the other. You either want black tie or you don't want it. Is it fine to skip a wedding for any reason, but RSVP early?
No.
I don't think so.
Because they had to pay for food.
Yes.
I mean, there's a chance, if someone's in the hospital or something like that, then...
Obviously, if there's an issue that comes up at the last minute.
But if you RSVP, you should try your best to go.
Number 9, no kids. If kids are needed for the ceremony, a car should be waiting. Wow.
I don't like that. Ours had lots of kids at it. We had a good time dancing with all the kids. Yep. My nieces and all their cousins were there, and we were all boogieing all night.
Just because they invited you to the bachelor party or the wedding doesn't mean you have to invite them to yours.
I feel that's true.
So you don't think if you go to theirs, you don't think you have to come
I mean, yours might be years later. Like,
well, that's true.
Like you might have been a maid of honor or a bridesmaid in someone's wedding, like right after high school or right after college, because you were close in college. 5 years later, you've only talked to them once. You can invite them to your wedding?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I don't feel that I have to invite that person to my wedding just because I was in her wedding when we haven't talked in 5 years.
Number 11, do not give wedding favors. And if you do, this is number 12, if you do give wedding favors, give them on arrival Friday and make them edible. I don't know what what are we talking about? What kind of favor are we giving?
Well, a lot of times their mints or something is a favor on the table anyhow.
If you travel from out of town, you don't need to get
At
the
least
couple
that's what
a
I
gift.
consider. If you're traveling from out of town, that's a good idea, especially if you have like the one, in that they're, if it's a fancy hotel that they're making arrangements at, and you have to put out a plane ticket and plus a hotel for two, at least one night, maybe two. And then a plane ticket back. I mean, that's a lot to ask someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it would be hard. You don't even know if they would make it on the plane if you got something really nice.
Or they're going to wait till they land and go run and buy something and wrap it and,
Number 14, actually, all gifts are banned. Really? No gifts?
All gifts are banned.
I find that hard to believe. They wouldn't want any gifts. Number 15, it's fine if someone else wears white to your wedding.
Oh, that was a no-no. What Jillian said, oh, no, you can't wear white to my wedding.
No one has to walk you down the aisle, 16.
Well, and I think that happens a lot. I think that happened in our day, too, if there was no father involved. Sometimes an uncle or something would do it. But,
Maybe.
But I bet there were people that just preferred to just not be walked down the aisle.
Number 17, give us a good kiss. Is that cheating? Number 18, posed photos are over. I don't think there's people still doing photos. They want their photos
According to the wedding that the kids went to in December, they did them all on Mount
Washington.
Yeah, in the middle of December, and they were freezing cold.
Number 19, no more his or hers cocktails. You drink what you drink, and that's it. Number 20, just make your vegetarian option vegan. Buffets are always better than plated dinners. I was thinking about that. I don't mind a buffet.
I don't mind a buffet because then you don't
Would
put
it be
on
cheaper?
what you
I
won't
don't know
eat.
if it's cheaper.
I think it is cheaper. The other thing is you don't have as much waste because you're not going to put something that you don't like on your plate.
These are some of the wedding rules. Speeches must be pre-written. Be nice to have. I mean, sometimes you wing it. I don't know.
Yeah.
All the dances, first dance, mother, son, father, daughter, should be 2 minutes or less. That's still a long time. You may be surprised how long 2 minutes
6,
is.
8, 10. Yeah, you got,
Number 24, I have three more. Spend time, at least one conversation with the couple's parents. What do you think? Should you spend time with the couple's parents?
Did we spend time talking to your parents and my parents at our wedding?
All before the time when we were trying to get ready.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe not during the day, but we sure did beforehand.
Yeah.
Number 25, dancing is mandatory for everyone able. Mandatory.
I don't know. We were too busy having fun ourselves with all the kids that were at our wedding. I don't know who danced and who didn't.
And the last one, there must be real food at the after party. Well, it's better than fake food, I guess.
Yeah, well, they're saying some
not just
some high end people have salads or just and they, like Peggy used to say, rich people don't know how to eat.
Yeah.
They want some real substantial food. They want meat and potatoes.
All right, that's it. And we want to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook or Twitter at Just Talking Out Loud. And also subscribe every Monday. We have a new episode that comes out. And you get alerts. Come out on your phone. We're on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast. Also, you can follow us on, I already said Facebook or Twitter. You can email us at justtalkingoutloud@gmail.com. And we really appreciate you listening. And we hope you have a great week. And we are out.
Have a blessed week.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show.